Alright, so hello everybody, it is Jaden and I am back again today with another video. Now for this particular video, I wanted to show you guys how I get my little journal set up for a brand new month. Now, first things first, since I already knew that it was February you usually think of like Valentine's Day and stuff like that, I knew I wanted the picture for the month of February to include a box of chocolates. So like in the previous clip, I went to Pinterest and was looking for some references that I could use before finally picking one out. Now, I am the kind of person where like sometimes like if one little thing's off, then like I think the entire thing's ruined. I think I've mentioned that before with my sketchbooks. So that was kind of what led me to do the drawings this way for each new month in my journal. So I basically treat them kind of like a coloring page, which I mean that's essentially what they are. So I just sketch out what I want the design to look like, and I also do it on a dotted page because the paper that I have in my journal is dotted, and that way I just kind of had it all to be like the exact, well, not exactly the same, but you know, close enough so it kind of just flowed well together. And so as you can see right now, I am just sketching out the little box of chocolates. You will see me add a little frog to this page because I decided that for each month I want to include a frog somewhere. So after I finished up the sketch, I then had to go back in, of course, line it. I did it with a thicker black, I believe the brush that I use is called like monoline. It's something like that. If I got the name wrong, I'll put it on here. But I use that to just coat everything or trace everything in black for printing the page out and then coloring it in with my Ohu markers. And I use the Ohu markers just because it's usually pretty easy and pretty nice to just get like a nice flat layer of color without it being a bit too streaky. Of course, another reason for me printing out the pages is that way I can color in these without having to worry about the marker bleeding through to the next page. So that's always really nice as well because these Ohu markers definitely bleed really bad. I actually had another page under this one, which so it didn't stain like the table because these markers are just bleed like crazy. But then I just went in and I just colored everything with these Ohu markers. The color for like the what are supposed to be like the white chocolates isn't like the exact like nice creamy color I would use for like a white chocolate. However, that's like all I had. It was like the closest looking one, so I had to like make do. I'll mention this at the end of the video, but I like totally colored in some spots I did not mean to when I was doing the dark red for like the inside of the box. I accidentally colored in some of what was supposed to be like the little paper like wrapping that the chocolates are in. So that was a mistake on my part, but it's not like too outrageously noticeable. So, it's fine in my book, whatever. Yeah, so I totally meant for this video to be up earlier, but just, school got the best of me, but I'm going to try to get, some videos out. But right now, as you can see, I'm going in with some gold pen, and then this is what the final, drawing looks like once it's been added into my sketchbook, though there's a little bit of the bleeding from the ink. And then I already sketched out the calendar, and then I went in with a Sharpie and stuff to do all of that, as well as a Crayola marker to do the word February at the top because these Crayola markers are really great for journaling. But anyways, like I was saying, I totally meant for this video to be at the very beginning of the month because obviously that would make a lot more sense. But like I said, school got the best of me. I've been so busy. I also had another video that that I wanted to do for this month, which I needed to refilm it because I filmed it, absolutely hated it. So I need to redo it. It's one of those like art history videos. However, this one would just be more of me talking as opposed to creating everything. And since February is also Black History Month, it was going to be about a Black artist. I actually had two in mind that I wanted to do in two separate videos, which with the way my schedule's been, and I've been kind of busy, I don't know if I'll be able to get both out, probably just one at the moment. Plus, I can just see how well liked those videos might be anyways, you know, how well, but, you know, even if it doesn't do well, I still might do, like, the talking, like, art history ones, just because they don't really require me to, like, make anything. Like, yeah, I have to do research for them, but it's really easy to do the research compared to taking time to make something, because making something can take a really long time, you know, days, weeks, whatever. And these would just be nice, like, little filler videos for you guys, but I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still kind of planning it out. I also apologize for all of the sniffling that I am doing. I just have a bit of a runny nose. But anyways, for my, like, monthly spreads, I like to include, like, 2 songs that kind of fit the vibe of the month, if you will. So these are 2 love songs, or songs that are related to love. Of course, they're by rock bands, because that's what I really listen to. The one that I'm drawing out now is Feels Like Love by Danger Danger, and the other one is Give Me Your Heart by Slaughter. Both great songs. Highly recommend you guys check them out. I then went in on the little calendar, adding in the important dates with just a nice pretty gold pen just to make them stand out. And then once I'd finished doing this part, I printed out those little album cover pictures just so that they would be there. But you didn't see me do that yet, because I then went in to do some cute little doodles just to fill in some of the page. I did 2 little doodles of, like, some chocolates, but you'll just see me doing this one right here. Again, did those in those Crayola markers, because, you know, they don't really bleed with this paper. And this is a Artist Loft journal, I believe that's what it's called. It's like the Michaels brand one. It's pretty nice. The paper is, like, a decent weight, or at least I think it is, especially for, like, journaling and stuff, because most of, like, the pens and markers that I've used in this haven't really bled, which I think is really nice. And, you know, I've used, like, Sharpies and stuff, and I think it does a pretty good job. I quite like this journal. Alright, so here is the finished February journal spread. Finished up the little calendar side, added a couple of random dates that were semi-important slash, like, on iPhone calendar. Also added some heart doodles and little chocolate doodles like you guys saw me do. And then I cut out, or I printed and then I cut out the little album covers just so they would look, but that one's kind of, I accidentally cut them out, like, way too big, and I had to, like, cut them down, but I didn't want to cut, like, too much to take away from it, so that's why this one doesn't really fit. And then here is the little frog all done. You know, I accidentally colored in some parts I shouldn't have. And then again, there's still, like, the bleeding, so I won't have to go back and cover it up. But this little spread is done, and I thought I'd show you guys what I did for January. Or I think I'd gone over this before in, like, my last studio vlog, but just going over it again. So January, calendar, music, and then a little froggy and a snow globe. And then I didn't start this at the beginning of January, so that's why the first thing is, like, January 13th. So this was from the JMU basketball game, a little spread about that, and then the snow day. I then did one about, like, my favorite little coffee shops, which I made a TikTok for this, but I haven't posted it yet. But Harvest Table, the Coffee Clash, I can't pronounce that, and then Bridgewater Coffee, which is, like, one of my favorites. And then I did, like, a little quote on this part just to cover up something I had written. You can see it in hot pink right here because I had totally messed it up. And this is what I was originally writing. It was my Spotify on repeat as of January 20th, 2024. I thought it'd be fun to, like, see, like, what it would look like at the end of the year. So I just did one from January, and I'll do one in December. And then this is kind of just like a little diary entry about January 21st, and I just added, like, some cute little stickers. And then I want to keep track of, like, the books that I read without doing, like, one, like, by month, if that makes sense, just because I know, like, there will be months I might not read anything. So here was the first book I finished this year. It was The Killer Across the Table. Really interesting. I then did, like, a weekly of recap and just decorated the page with some little stickers and stuff. books I want to read. I then have another book that I finished, which was Killers of the Flower Moon, which is an incredible book. I highly recommend it. And then we are back to February. So yeah, at the time of me finally finishing this video, it is February 9th. Oops. I meant to have this at the very beginning of February, but then with school and stuff, I got caught up and I got really busy and caught up in doing different things and I wasn't able to. So I'm really sorry about that. And I know I had said I was trying to get videos, you know, done in a timely manner, like once every week for like a month or whatever, you know. I cannot speak. I am so sorry. A video a week. You know, that's what I was trying to do, but already failed that again. Sorry about that. But I'm going to try to get stuff done in the free time that I have. Hopefully I can try to get a little bit ahead. But yeah, I also will like supplement with maybe not posting full videos, but shorts and stuff, just because those can also be a little bit easier, just because, you know, they're short. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. And yeah, bye.